Hello, blogosphere. Again, I think I had a disaster with that last recording because the sound was all stupid. So let's try again, shall we? Hello, everyone. I'm going to blog today, and I was going to make my first blog something very entertaining and funny, but I feel like talking about something a little bit more serious because a lot of things have sort of happened that are a little bit morbid in the last few days, and I've watched a couple of things and been to a couple of things. So I feel a little bit more reserved today, which is kind of a shame, but it's all good. First things first, though, I wanted to show you my epic headband. How cute is it? I got it from the Petrie Markets yesterday morning with Miss Caitlin O'Connell and Miss Ali and Caitlin's mum and Ali's family, and it was awesome. So if you haven't been out there, make sure you go and check it out because it's cool and it's where all the cool kids go. And oh my gosh, there's a book section there, right? I don't think I have ever been so excited in my life. I walked in there and it was just like rows and rows of books, and they were also cheap, and so I had to really restrain myself, and I was lucky there were people there to stop me. Otherwise, I would have gone crazy. So, but and oh my gosh, there are so many records there too, which is totally cool. Like you wander around and records are so old school and funky, and you feel a bit like retro checking it all out. But not like I have a record player, so it's kind of pointless, but still really fun. And you know what's really ironic is CDs are going to be like that probably soon. I mean, they already probably are like a collectible item, considering that iPods are taking over the world. So yeah. Anyway, so what I wanted to talk about today was, did anyone watch that 60 Minutes program from last night? Because I did, and it gave me so much undeniable sadness and rage that it's just like this explosion of feeling inside my head, and I could hardly contain it. So, um, I don't want to just address the sadness part because it's just too sad, but I want to address the rage part because I can rant about that, and I know a lot of people probably were infuriated if you actually watched it. If you didn't, go have a look on their website. I'll put the link down in the comments box thingy. But yeah, it's like insane. Like these religious people over in America, like this religious cult, and they're like going on about how much they like hate Australia, and they hate like everybody pretty much. Like they hate Jews, they hate homosexuals. They're damning us all to hell. And they're like thankful for September 11 and thankful for the fires and the floods in Australia because they're like, oh, good, now they're all going to hell. Like, let's get rid of them punishing us for, whatever, like our sin or whatever. So, yeah, first things first. Um, I didn't even know where to start. I had so much rage with that because I thought, how is it possible that someone is so twisted, so absolutely messed up, they can sit there and just say, yeah, you know, it's okay, I'm gonna tell God on Judgment Day how right I was and how wrong you all were. Well, that's great. That's lovely. You're such a champion, you know. Glad I have you to tell me that I'm living in sin. Fabulous. Like, anyway, so I couldn't get over how the truth can get so distorted like that. But then I was thinking about it more, and I'm like, well, that's pretty much what happens with truth today anyway. You know, anything that's the Bible, which I view as the most truest form of whatever in the world, and it is totally distorted and put out of whack by so many people. They can rip little bits out of it and chop it up and change it and twist it to the whatever they way they want, and it instantly becomes untruth, and it becomes this horrible mess of religions out there. I mean, no wonder nobody wants to be involved in religion nowadays. Like, and if they are, they just hide away. Like, they don't really express really what they think about things because really they would get chopped down by it, and you're going to get grouped in with all these other religious crazies. So yeah, that just annoys me too. don't know, like I'm a Christian, but I've never thought of myself as insanely judgmental and like, crazy and ready to like tell everybody that you're all insane and I hate everything you're doing. Like I would never do that. Like, if you disagree with what someone's doing and you disagree with who they are, like not even who they are, you disagree with what they're doing or whatever, you don't go shoving it down their throats, and you don't go saying, oh, you're a real noob, like you really shouldn't be thinking that. Like, how does that make me any better than them? Because I'm a freaking hypocrite and I'm as big of a knob as what I think they are if I'm going to go tell them that they're a knob. So can't believe I used knob so many times in one sentence then. Yeah, shameful. Anyway, so yeah, I just get angry when that happens, and I get angry that people are like that. Like, I mean, doing human services at uni, granted, you're told to accept people for who they are and, not to judge them and stuff anyway. But I think that should be a universal fact across the world. Like, what right does anyone else have to tell anyone what they can and can't do in life? It's their choice. Like, I mean, we're all haters and we're all murderers in our hearts. Like, I mean, honestly, I don't know what I'd do if I ever had to work with, someone who had murdered someone else or, had been involved in anything like, molesting children or anything like that. Like, I don't know what I would do in that circumstance. I don't know how I would act. But truthfully, we all have the potential to go any which way when we're born, like we're born with the capability, if we're in the wrong circumstances, thrown in anywhere with the right social influences, we can all be twisted and, turn into something terrible or whatever. But anyway, that's beside the point. I just wanted to say, that I don't believe it's the right way. I don't believe it's the right way to judge anybody for what they do. And true, a lot of people make bad decisions, and a lot of people, I don't agree with who they are. Like, I don't agree with what they're doing or whatever else, or I don't agree with what they've done, but it's not my job to judge them. Let's put it that way. So, after seeing that guy on 60 Minutes rant and stuff, I just thought, that's not right. It's not who I want to be. So, um, yeah, anyway, I'm going to stop this blog now because it's going on forever, but I'll hopefully post about something a bit nicer next time I go on here. I do have something I really want to talk about, so I might even post something later on today. I promise I'm going to do uni work though. Yes, yes, that's the plan right now. Okay. Bye everyone. Feel free to leave comments and let's have a big rant about it because I love big rants and discussions, and I'm so much better at writing them all down than talking on a web blog, but hopefully I'll get better. So yeah, awesome. Love to you guys. Bye.